We're live. What's up, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar, and with me today I have my buddy from the Epic Marvel podcast, Curtis. Curtis, how are you, brother?
I'm great. Always a pleasure to be here, Omar. Thanks for the invite once again.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a lot of fun to talk about this. I could do this by myself, but it's so much more fun to do it with other people.
It's
So
true.
everybody can can talk about some of these books. And if you all have questions, want me to go slower when I'm showing the titles that are coming out, want me to make them bigger, please let me know in the comments section at this time, or not at this time. Later. Omnidog was supposed to be here today. I love that they're asking already. Sadly, he is not feeling well. He hasn't been feeling well for quite a while now, so he's always in my thoughts and prayers. That's my buddy, and I don't want him to be sick.
Get well, Jess.
Yes. If my boss asks, I'm working. Of course, everybody's working right now. What's up, Omar Brothers Unite? London, Kentucky. Perfect Addiction Comics. How's it going? I hope everybody's doing well out there, well and healthy. And yes, everybody's saying Ultraman. Yeah, there's a solicitation for the first Ultraman collection. I hope it's been selling well. That is run by Kyle Higgins, and Kyle Higgins is the reason we have 4 Power Ranger oversized deluxe editions. Like that run sold really well. So they're capture. I've only read the first issue. I haven't read anything past the first issue. So I hope it keeps selling well. Maybe we'll get some kind of oversized hardcover collection from Marvel for Ultraman. Ultraman was my jam when I was a kid. Did you ever watch any of that stuff, Curtis?
I watched Power Rangers, but there was no Ultraman on any network that I had access to at that point. So Power Rangers has the nostalgia factor for me, but Ultraman does not.
Ultraman was my jam, and then Ultra 7. Eventually, and then I got into the Godzilla movies. So we're going to go ahead and let a couple more people trickle in here, and then we'll get started. If you joined me this morning, I did announce the new Omnis and the new reprints from Marvel. They will be in here along with the covers, the prices, and the content. And I would love for you all to just go back and forth to let me know, what you think. It's always good to get feedback. So, Common Rider. That's right. We call that a Mass Rider here in America, but I think that was around my brother's age. That never blew up here in America as much as it did in Japan.
What did you call it in the States?
Masked Rider.
Masked Rider. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. What's up, John Della Russ? Go check out that dude's books. He publishes comic books and science fiction novels. He's a good dude. Omar, can you tell us which one is the Omni you're mostly excited for, and why is it Power Pack Volume 2? As a matter of fact, I'm actually gonna take a poll to see what you all are most excited for. I'll put the link in the comment in the chat here, and then you guys can go and vote. I created it somewhere. Where the heck is it? Here it is. So here in a little while, while we go through these, I'll put the link in the chat, and then you guys can go and vote what you're most excited for, whether it's one of the reprints or one of the new Omnis.
Power Pack is like full of never before reprinted material, right?
Absolutely.
We're going past the classics.
Well, Volume 1 passed the classics already. This Volume 2 finishes out the run. Yeah, so
that's wonderful.
Excited.
Amazing.
What's going on, brother? I saw your comment. I will be asking Marvel about the Silver Age stuff. So not to worry. I want to make sure everybody, or try to please as many people as we can, right? That's the goal.
Yep.
Everybody likes different things.
What? The Predator Omni was the other one one of the other ones you mentioned, right?
Yes, but that won't be on this solicitation. That is for August. So this is mainly February. So when we're looking at February, we're looking at books that are coming out in May and June when we're looking at big books, right? So that will probably be on the next one.
That's quite advanced notice to get the August Omni.
Yeah, he's been wanting me to talk about that one for a while, but approval has to come from everywhere. Hush, hush, hush. Even though I think most people probably knew it was coming when they saw the Alien one, they're like, okay, surely they're gonna do a Predator, right? But we never want to make assumptions, right? Yeah. I assumed we were gonna get a Superior Spider-Man Omnibus.
Yeah,
and I'm still waiting on that. That's why I bought the three
That's gotta
hardcovers.
come.
It's so good, man. I mean, I realized that to me that was top Dan Slott writing Spider-Man. But we'll see. That's right. We're gonna be talking about Wolverine Omnibus Volume 2. Talk about the cover. 3 covers for that one.
Wow.
I think they have so much fun with the covers. I can't imagine being in that group going, okay, which cover are we going to do? Why don't we do this one? What about this one? This was classic.
Is there anyone out there that's going to buy all 3 of the covers?
Oh, gosh, yeah. There are. Not me, but
No.
there are several people that collect these books just for the covers or keep them up. I mean, if I had the money, I totally would.
That's a lot of shelf space. 3 Wolverine Omnis that are the same, other than the covers.
Right?
Yeah, but I mean, there's also the people who buy, the 40 variant covers for whatever that one Eternals came out.
I can imagine, that some people do collect them. I don't know. That is an interesting thing to ask, though. Like, do people really collect Omnis for the different covers? Like, it would have to mean a lot to me.
It would, yeah, definitely.
So, good question, Curtis. That's why I have you on. Just the hard questions. Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you so much, John Carlos. Quick question before you start. Can't remember if you said, and I can't find it. Is there a Hickman FF Volume 3 coming? Yes. When is that coming? That's coming in early 2021, I want to say. Oh,
I can't remember if we talked about it on the show already, on one of these solicitations.
It was on a live show. And looks like somebody's got our back. Hickman is coming in May of 2021, the FF Complete Collection. There you go. We have an Avengers one here to talk about. So, they're saying May 8th. Thank you. Somebody was paying attention when we talk. Obviously not us. Need the content for Spider-Gwen. Find out if they go beyond my OHC. All right. So, let's do it then.
Yep, we better do it.
Okay. Hold on. Oh, somebody asked over. Okay. Let me answer this question really quick. This is what I do with my wife. Will there be a Thor OHC 5, Volume 5 with King Thor? I would think so. Yes. Hey Omar, is there a chance that you do a guess the box contest for the Marvel box set? I would love to, but since we're celebrating our 30,000 plus subscriber anniversary, we're giving away so much next Saturday. I can't do another contest. Otherwise, maybe I'll incorporate it. I don't know, but I have to get Marvel's approval on that, and that might be a while before I can even say anything. So for now, I'm just going to give away books next Saturday, and that's live at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Really easy to enter. As long as you're not related to me or on the channel. Even Curtis can enter. He's not on the channel all the time. I mean, anybody can enter. Alf Epic Collection. I'm going to start booting people if y'all don't stop with that Alf nonsense.
You're going to have to boot me then, Omar.
You too, man?
Oh,
all right.
I love all that the Star comics. They're great.
Let's kick it off with Spider-Gwen.
That looks a little weird. Is it flashing for you?
It is flashing for me. Why is that flashing for me?
You should have put an epilepsy warning at the beginning of this episode.
Let me try that again, fellas. If I can't share that screen, I'll share another screen, and I'll move us over here, which is going to look weird for everybody. Give me 1 second, please. Technical difficulties there, of course. In the meantime, talk amongst yourselves, please. Keep Curtis busy.
I was going to mention that whenever Marvel gets around to the paperback versions of the Aliens and Predator stuff, we're hoping that we'll see them in Epic collections. I got to mention the Epics, right? Because that's what they've done with their licensed property, Star Wars and Conan. So it would kind of make sense to see the Alien and Predator stuff come out as Epic collections as well. Okay. That's better.
Sorry about that, everybody. I hope you're still with us. I remember that episode of Pokemon giving people seizures. I did not want to do that to anybody. So, kicking it off with Spider-Gwen Omnibus. 2 covers. I really like that homage cover to Spider-Man #1 by Todd McFarlane. But that is the Nick Bradshaw cover. And then you have the Rodriguez cover. $125. Here is your content. Edge of the Spider-Verse #2, which is her first appearance. Spider-Gwen, the 2015 series 1 through 5, and then Spider-Gwen 1 through 34. So we're also given the annual, all new Wolverine annual, Spider-Woman Alpha, Omega, Silk 7 through 8, Spider-Woman 6 through 7, Spider-Man 12 through 14.
Wow, that's a
So
lot of stuff. Holy cow.
that goes beyond the Spider-Gwen hardcovers. For those of you that have been asking me, this is beyond the 3 hardcovers that they have, the OHCs. So if this is, this is it. This is everything, with the exception of the new run that's going on right now. We're talking 1,224 pages. That's a big book, but it's everything Spider-Gwen.
And then she changes her name to Ghost Spider, right?
Yeah, which I guess if you're a villain, you're going to fear somebody named Ghost Spider more than Spider-Gwen, but so there you go. That's a big book. Next up, we have some reprints, and as promised, here are your covers. We have the Age of Apocalypse Omnibus Companion first, and for the first time ever, the direct market is getting a variant cover, and that's the Brian Hitch cover from X-Men. What was it? Prime #1, yeah.
Which is weird because it's all of them not in their Age of Apocalypse outfits.
Well, it's like when they come back, right?
Right. Yep.
So, yeah.
Is Prime even in that collection?
Yeah. It's the Aftermath. It has to be. I know it's in the original collection.
I don't see it listed there.
Let me see. X-Men Chronicles 1 and 2, X-Men, What If, Age of Apocalypse. Why isn't it listed? I know it's in there because I have it. I'll go get it in a minute. Let me let's keep going. Remind me of that. That's a good question, Curtis, because I know it's in there. X-Men Age of Apocalypse Omnibus. Oh gosh, I have the Billy Tan printing, but I love that Joe Mad. So the Joe Mad is the direct market again. It was the direct market originally. So, woo!
It's such an iconic cover to all of us 90s kids.
Exactly. Didn't know the Karate Kid wrote some X-Men. When is Ralph Macchio never going to be the Karate Kid? That's that poor guy. Heroes Reborn. And again, with the direct market cover. This is the Jim Lee direct market cover for the first time.
Great cover.
This one was unexpected. Like, I didn't see this one being reprinted so soon, because it flew off the shelf so quick. I didn't even know it was out of print until I made a video about Heroes Return, and they were like, I had so many people ask me, when do you think Marvel's going to reprint Heroes Reborn? And I was like, okay, right. and I looked it up. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gone. When did that happen?
Wild, yeah. And they are currently like reprinting all of the trades as well. Like, that's all coming out in these. I think the didn't Captain America one just come out, or that's coming out next month? The Iron Man one just came out. People really love this Heroes Reborn stuff.
Oh yeah, it's again like nostalgia is different for everybody, right? Like for us, it's probably like Age of Apocalypse. That was the high point of the. I'm almost getting out of X-Men, but this is gonna keep me reading. That to me as a kid, that's what that reminds me of.
Right.
And then
it's even bigger than the Spider-Gwen book.
This
1,300 pages.
This was one of the biggest Marvel omnis.
No 13th issues though.
No, not gonna happen. Marvel Masterworks Daredevil, Volume 15. Collecting, this is the Frank Miller stuff here. 159 to 172. That's the first appearance of Elektra right there.
Wow, that's going to be a big one.
And of course, the direct market variants. And moving on.
Can't believe the Miller stuff is in Masterworks now.
This makes me so happy. Like, and to me, it's a different happiness than to someone like you. To me, this means, yes, we're getting closer to Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 5. To you, you're like, yes, we get good epic collections of cleaned up artwork. And this collects Uncanny X-Men 201 through 209. Called it. I knew they would include Longshot, baby. Longshot 1 through 6.
Perfect.
Marvel Fanfare 33. You have to include Longshot.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have gorgeous Arthur Adams artwork? Absolutely, man. That's going to be a beautiful omnibus too. This is the first time I'm hearing of this, but Captain America by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Volume 2 is coming out in oversized hardcover edition. So that's the first time I'm hearing of this. 13 through 25.
Nice. Always great to see an Alex Ross cover.
Oh yeah, he did the cover for the entire for that run, the first run. Doctor Strange, The Oath. That's the story they decided to go with the Marvel Select Edition, and this is again stories picked by editorial as the best representation of the character. Have you read this one? This is the Brian K. Vaughan story.
But I like Brian K. Vaughan, so I should check that out.
So I was suckered into buying there was a exclusive. It was the hardcover that came out exclusively to comic book stores.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I've heard Cat by Ta-Nehisi is not that good. Any thoughts? I really dug the first 12 issues. I haven't read issues 13 through 20, the ones that are collected in this run though. But I love that first one. I thought it was really good in the artwork. And to mine and a lot of people surprised because this one just I was surprised with Power Pack Classics Volume 1, right? Yeah. And you all know me. I always say, I get excited when I see a Volume 1 because there's a Volume 2 possibility. And I know I'm going to hear it from people. They're like, how are they going to do this? And we don't have, Darkhawk and stuff. I don't know. I'm just the guy that lets you all know. But this makes me happy because this finishes out that run. This is 37 through 62, man. Excalibur 29, Power Pack Holiday Special, the 2000 series, Fantastic Four 574, Power Pack, what is this? Was that the crossover, I think, with FF? That was it. And it's got the Power Pack Grow Up story.
Wow. It gets pretty modern. That's great. Now they could have included.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I know. Hey, we're working on it, man. We're working on Ultimate Spider-Man. I promise, if we ever do, I will let you all know.
I'm shocked that hasn't happened.
We'll see. We'll make that happen. Give me. This gives me hope though that anything is possible with a Volume 2, right? Like, no matter how niche you think it is, that no one is buying. Dang, here we are, Volume 2. Power Pack.
One of the funniest issues in Power Pack in this run of Power Pack is when the team meets a giant alien being that looks like Whoopi Goldberg.
I don't remember that.
You'll have to check it out.
Yeah, dude, it has been almost a lifetime since I've read this. Like, yeah. This is up there. The reason I checked these out was because of the Mutant Massacre. I had no idea what this stuff was. New Warriors Omnibus Volume 2. One day, man. one day. I just want to remind everybody at this time, before we look at this wonderful book right here, to smash that like button, please. It helps with our YouTube algorithm and our channel grow. So we have 3 covers for Wolverine Omnibus Volume 2. You're looking at the 2 direct market covers right here. You have the Barry Windsor-Smith Weapon X cover, and you have the John Byrne from his return to the character when I think it was during Acts of Vengeance, during that stuff. And here is the solicitation. Collecting Wolverine 11 through 30, Wolverine, Nick Fury, Scorpio Connection, Jungle Adventure, and Bloodlust. So you have Mike Mignola, you have Alan Davis. You have so many. Look at all these names. Like John Buscema, Big John was still doing it. Archie Goodwin comes back after Peter David's run. Oh, Peter David's story of what is it, the Right Hand of God storyline in this? So damn good. And these are the 2 direct market covers, meaning that we have a standard edition cover.
Does this take us right up to the beginning of Larry Hama's run? So
Larry Hama's run will be Volume 3 or Wolverine by Larry Hama Volume 1. They could do whatever they want to. So here's the thing with this, it's, of course, Larry Hama to me is my favorite Wolverine run.
Yeah.
But I would be so upset if they left this stuff out. Like, you can't look how much Marvel Comics Presents we're getting, 38 through 71. So right before the Weapon X saga, right? And And yeah, that's another thing to keep in mind for those people that don't know. Like the Marvel Comics Presents were only 8 pages of anthologies. So even though it seems like a ton of stories in there, and it is, that's quite a big amount of stories. It's not huge, right? They're not full issues. But that I'm so glad they included all that, dude. So glad. And I dude, there are no words for the standard edition cover. Come on, I ain't fighting nobody for no direct market cover. This is the one I want.
Yeah. Is there any question?
That is iconic for anybody that grew up in the 80s and then grew up with the video game. This is the cover to Wolverine 27. Oh my gosh. How can I say? I mean, and don't get me wrong. I love John Byrne. I love when he came back to the character, and I love Weapon X, Barry Windsor Smith. How do you pass up on those? But man, when you have the cover that was on the video game cartridge and the cover that your friends that didn't read comic books knew, like that, they were like, "Oh, that's Wolverine. That's the guy with the claws." Man, he's a beast. Oh,
okay. Can you tell me again which? What episode? What issue does this stop at?
You want me to tell you the epics?
No. What? Yeah. What issue does this one stop at again?
Issue 30. So 31 is when
30.
Larry Hama and Mark Silvestri took over the run. Issue 30 leads up to it, and it's the first two epics pretty much, along with the Marvel Comics Presents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which
gotcha.
But those are the wonderful covers, the two direct market covers, and then the Jim Lee standard edition cover. What's up?
The Omni has the Marvel Comics Presents issues, but the epics look like they're not collecting it because
they don't.
Those issues were not in volume 1 or 2.
I want to say they were part of the Wolverine Classics line. I don't know if you remember those. Like it was like Wolverine Classics, I think that's what they were called. But yeah, those were not collected in the epic. So. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Curtis.
I know.
Letter pages and Marvel Comics Presents, buddy. You're missing out. And of course, to a lot of people's surprise, the Man-Thing reprint. So
good. 50 years.
Here it is. Oh, you're right, and I bet that's why they did it.
Yep.
50 years. Good catch, man. And collecting. I mean, this is just a reprint of the original book, right? So now the complete collections that you and I looked at a couple of months ago, that goes beyond this omnibus, doesn't it?
Yes and no. This has the second series, the Man-Thing from 1979, which I don't know. I don't think that's collected in this upcoming Man-Thing complete collection because it's not Gerber.
That's right, yeah. And I think they stuck with just the Gerber stuff here.
They just stuck with just the Gerber stuff. So this has a bunch of stuff in here that's not in the complete collections.
Cool. Did Omar just confirm the Alf Omni? No. Where do you guys start these rumors? No way, man. If we get a damn Alf Omnibus before we get a New Warriors Omnibus Volume 2, I quit. Alf box set. David's going to watch this on replay, and he's going to be like, man, these guys really want Alf. I guess we better make it a Masterworks, an Epic, and an Omnibus. It'll be unprecedented. A box set
for a licensed
Epic collection for Alf. Oh, man. But there you have it. Venom. This is the ongoing Donny Cates run. Volume 5. Beyond Venom, just Venom Beyond. So collecting issues 26 through 30 and the Free Comic Book Day 2020 Spider-Man Venom. Alf Titanium with the y'all getting silly. Can you ask Marvel to do a Roger Stern, Uncle Raj? Yeah, Uncle Raj Avengers is one of my top 10 most wanted omnis from Marvel. Absolutely,
it deserves it.
His run. It would take 2. It would take literally 2 to do his whole run. Amazing Spider-Man Last Remains Companion. So this is collecting those. What are they? LR 54 50.LR through 54.LR. That's a little confusing.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that.
So they can publish more issues.
I know, but
you know why. Don't make me answer that question.
True. I do know why. But why not just call it a miniseries rather than 50.LR?
Because you're forced to buy it if it's an ongoing, Curtis. If you can't miss issue 50 LR if you have issue 50.
Okay.
I don't have to school you on this. You know this.
Oh, I know.
Okay, and then of course we have the actual Last Remains book, and this collects Amazing Spider-Man 50 through 55. Oh, you're barking up the right tree here with me and Curtis, man. That's something we both want. We both would love a Generation X Omnibus, especially now that we have one day, New Mutants and Excalibur. Happy birthday, Omar. You guys still doing that? Are we going to get a reprint of Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 3? I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that will happen. I would bet money on it, and I know not these things, really. I really am just talking. Okay, and here is Ultraman, The Rise of Ultraman. Kyle Higgins, Francesco Mana, and Michael Cho on artwork, and then you have covers by Ed McGuinness. I've only read the first issue, so I'm excited. This is the 5 issues here, collected in just one trade. Love that cover, man.
It's great. It reminds me of Marvel's.
Of course.
With the Ant-Man cover.
And this is the new, I assume this is the new Master of Kung Fu Shang-Chi series here. It's the internal artwork. Those look really cool. I
do like Gene Luen Yang a lot.
See, that did the guy that did Dragon
Hoops. Yeah.
Yeah. And Superman Smashes the Klan.
Yeah, and he did a great one called The Shadow Warrior, which is based off of an old public domain superhero from the Golden Age. Yeah, he's a really good writer.
He is an excellent writer. I'm going to read Dragon Hoops because it was suggested to me by so many people, and my wife took it from me to read it. So I love my wife, so she can, of course, do that. So, of course, this is the wonderful cover by Jimmy Chung. Oh, Philip Tan. I didn't even recognize his art. That's not him, though. Maybe. Well, no, that kind of does look like him right here. And Shang-Chi cover. Captain Marvel and Star. Black Widow by Kelly Thompson. This one is on sale in March of 2021 by Elena Casagrande. That's the artist on the book. That looks like Daniel Acuna on the cover, though. I could be wrong. I didn't even know about that series, but I like Kelly Thompson a lot. Iron Man #1. This is the very first volume collecting issues 1 through 5. So this is after Dan Slott's run. Digging that art, though.
Yeah, it looks good.
Christopher Cantwell. I don't know if that's a variant cover or not. Alex Ross doesn't stop, man.
He's so busy.
He should not stop. Let me see. Blink really quick. Yes, I heard about those Spawn hardcovers. They're being reprinted. You're right.
Nice.
Coming out a week. They'll continue releasing them beyond the 10th. I don't know. I don't know if they will or not. I do know that Volume 1 will not contain issue 9, though. That's the first appearance of Angela. So the only ones that do are the original Spawn Origins hardcovers. Dawn of X, Volume 15, continuing this wonderful way to collect X-Men. And by the way, these solicitations are always like switched around later, so you never know what these will actually collect. But this says it's going to collect Phantom X, Wolverine 5, and X Factor 3, and Marauders 11 through 12. New Mutants 12. Juggernaut by Fabian Nicieza.
Great cover.
Oh, Ron Gartney. I didn't know he was working on it. I haven't read this one yet. Collecting the Juggernaut series 1 through 5. I like Fabian a lot. He's one of my favorite writers. How long until in Indiana Jones, the original Marvel years? Do they have the rights back to Indiana Jones?
There's some legal red tape with that. Apparently, Paramount is still has co-ownership in some way. So I don't know if they. I don't know. It would be nice.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Conan the Barbarian, Jim Sub. So collecting issues. This is after the Jason Aaron run, which we know is coming in oversized hardcover, but this is collecting issues 13 through 18 of that series. Star Wars Volume 2 by Charles Soule, Ramon Rosanas, and Jan Basaldua. 7 through 11.
You turn off that comment?
Oh yes. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Alf by Jonathan Hickman and Dustin Weaver. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. We did
It's okay.
answer that comment, right?
Yep.
Okay. Werewolf by Night. New Wolf Rising. This is the new series, the
Yeah.
2020 series by Taboo and Benjamin Jackendoff.
With an
I do-
Art Adams cover, I think.
But I love Scott Eaton's artwork too, and the cover's Mike McCone.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. No, that's not Arthur Adams. I think he did a Wolf cover recently. I can't remember.
Hmm.
Oh, here's the new Neil Adams series. Haven't read
Yep.
any of this.
So this is Mark Waid. Mark Waid and Neil Adams collecting the Antithesis 1 through 4, X-Men 65, and Fantastic Four number 60.
Antithesis.
You own your silly language, I swear. All right, fine. Antithesis.
Yes.
Antithesis, dude. Uncanny Omar talked pretty one day. Where's my wife to correct me on that? She would have loved to have done that. Any word on a Thor by Jason Aaron Omnibus? David was in our live chat on Saturday, 2 Saturdays ago, and he kind of hinted at that. That's coming. So there we go. Avengers by Jonathan Hickman, Complete Collection, Volume 4. 24 through 34 and 13 through 23. And these are mapped like the Omnis. So it's that Jonathan Hickman mapping. And one that I thought was forgotten about, but it's back on the books finally. Avengers Academy, the Complete Collection, wrapping up that run, Volume 3, collecting issues 21 through 39.
Wow, I had no idea Tom Grummett did any work on that.
Yeah, he did the internal artwork. Have you read this stuff?
I haven't. I read Avengers Arena way back in the day, and then just kind of stopped after that and didn't keep up with any of the Academy stuff.
It's wonderful. The Initiative and Academy were phenomenal. I'm a big fan of both runs. And it was Dan Slott and Christos Gage, and then eventually just Christos Gage, just man. And Incredible Hercules, the Complete Collection Volume 2. This is the Greg Pak and Fred Van Lente run, right after World War Hulk, where the title of Hulk was renamed to Incredible Hercules, and Hulk went on to be on Jeff Loeb's book, Red Hulk. Shang-Chi, what is this? Earth's Mightiest Martial Artist. So I'm sure this is to coincide with the release of the movie.
Yep.
But collecting X-Men. I forgot he was in those with Carlos Pacheco, and was it Mark Waid that wrote those issues?
Right, with the Kingpin, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When the Kingpin was trying to muscle in on Asian crime.
That's right. Oh yeah, the Yakuza tattoos.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's a collection of just different stories featuring the character of Shang-Chi throughout the years.
So random.
Yeah, because looking at it, I mean, we have X-Men Heroes for Hire. That was the 90s series. Earth's Mightiest Martial Artists. So maybe it's just him teaming up with different teams, right?
But
you got the Avengers.
It's like let's have him team up with all of the most popular characters in the Marvel universe, and people will buy this. Yeah, X-Men, Spider-Man, Avengers, and Luke and Cage and Iron Fist all in one book. So anybody who's a big fan of MCU and the Netflix shows, that's who they're trying to market this to, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, it's July 2020, so we have it has the movie. So this is Shang-Chi Primer. Hey, David. How are you, sir?
Hey. Hi, David.
So $24.99, 192 pages. So yeah, it's like I guess like a trial. Like, hey, you like Shang-Chi, you should check him out when he's fighting Kingpin in Japan. X of Vengeance, Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Great cover.
Oh yeah. McFarlane. This is during the X of Vengeance when Spider-Man has the cosmic power. You've read those, right? Those are classic.
Oh, those are some of my first Spider-Man comics.
Oh, so then this has a soft spot in your heart for you. Absolutely. So collecting pretty much the cosmic saga during Acts of Vengeance. Oh, it's great. And this is just a continuation of the Acts of Vengeance trade paperbacks that they've been putting out.
Yeah.
I love this. Captain Marvel versus Rogue. So this is an homage cover, first of all, to the Jim Lee one.
Right.
And but this is, I think that's Amanda Connor. Of course,
Yeah.
I could just okay, never mind. I could just read. It is Amanda Connor, and it's just different fights that they've had throughout the years. Why did you take my powers? They have a long
That's
history
great.
together.
They do. That's a good collection.
Here's a good thank you to David for Wolverine Volume 2. Yes, sir. Thank you for that. And Spider-Man by Todd McFarlane. We knew about this one, but now it's in they had to move it. But this is collecting 1 through 14, skipping 15 because that was Eric Larson, and then issue 16, and then X-Force number 4, which is the crossover with Rob Liefeld's X-Force. Well, how did you feel about this one? Because this is like a little nostalgia for me. Like, I miss David Michelinie writing the book, but Todd McFarlane, I mean, you followed his art.
Oh yeah, it was such a big deal. These are fun issues. I think that I would have loved to see, rather than it being Todd McFarlane specific, just being, I don't know, all encompassing. Because what are they gonna like? There's no volume 2 to this,
Right.
but there's so much more that they could collect after.
Well,
So they'll have to.
I mean, if
figure
you
out.
think about it, they could do an Eric Larson one too, which will
They
collect
could.
issue 15 and collect the Return and Revenge of the Sinister Six,
That's
which
true.
is freaking amazing. Oh my gosh, dude.
That one when Spidey gets that huge thing on his arm and whatever.
Yeah, he's got the Deathlock thing.
Yeah. It's so over the top.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't care, man. It's one of my most favorite stories. Like, the Hulk just comes in there, like, I don't know, where he's like, I was just looking for my frisbee, and he joins the fight.
But after that, it's like that title goes into a heavy rotation of different artists and writers. And there's
and then it became
a way to collect it.
And then it became so entangled with everything else too that was going on in the Spider-Man universe, where it was a continuation of what was happening in Amazing and Web of and Peter Parker. And here is a new printing of the X-Men Epic Collection, The Sentinels Live, Volume 3 in the X-Men Epic Collection line. So there you go, Curtis. But the one that you want to see the most is right here. That is The Fate of the Phoenix.
Yep.
And love the cover they went with, but this collects Uncanny Adjectiveless X-Men 129 through 141, and then when it became Uncanny X-Men during Days of Future Past, 142 and 143.
Yeah.
X-Men Annual number 4, Treasury Edition 26 and 27, The Untold Story, and Marvel Team Up number 100. So there you have it, everybody.
That is going to be a good seller for sure. People want to make sure they get on the ball with that one before it sells out.
Before it sells out? Is that what you're doing? Are you driving FOMO? We can't even
you better.
We can't pre-order these yet.
New Republic Volume 5?
Correct.
Yep.
The cover's so awesome, man.
Yep. That's the Dark Empire stuff.
Dark Empire. There. Yep. So we're getting Dark Empire 1 through 6. Dark Empire 2, Empire's End, and the Star Wars Handbook 1 and 3, material from Star Wars Tale 8, 11, and 16 through 17.
That is some of the first
great stories.
Yeah, it's really good. That's some of the. I haven't read a whole lot of Star Wars yet, but I've read this, and it's a good story. It's some of the first stuff that Dark Horse published. Some of the first Star Wars stuff that Dark Horse published.
Mm. What a way to kick it off.
Yep.
Conan the Barbarian.
Great.
Volume 2.
This is a new cover. I haven't seen this cover yet.
Yep. That's with Red Sonja. And that is Hawks from the Sea is what they're calling this one. And
I think this ties up the rest of the Barry Windsor Smith issues.
Yeah, and then you get Big John. Gil Kane. Yep. And then we have reprints. We know about these coming, but we have Captain America Epic Collection, Captain America Lives Again. That is the first volume, not the Golden Age Cap, but when Captain America returns to the Marvel Silver Age. Fantastic Four Epic Collection, The Master Plan of Doctor Doom trade paperback.
Yep.
Great and then see all the reprints. And then we have Hawkeye Go West graphic novel, and of course that is the graphic novel line, which is the small one at this moment. I just want to remind everybody to smash that like button, please. if you have not yet. We'll go back and look at the other books that, in case some people have missed it, you want to see covers and things like that. But that's it. That is it for the smallest month of the year. Let's go back to the beginning. We can touch upon them. We'll start answering some questions. Between Curtis and I, we can figure it out. If David's still in the chat, he might throw us a bone and help us. So, Spider-Gwen Omnibus, to do a quick recap. Here it is. This is collecting way beyond the hardcovers. So we are collecting 1 through 34, the miniseries. Our first appearance is Edge of Spider-Verse #2, the crossover annual with all new Wolverine, Spider-Women Alpha and Omega, Silk 7 through 8, Spider-Woman 6 through 7, and Spider-Man 12 through 14. Dang, that's a lot. That's a big book. That's gonna be good. 1,224 pages, $125. I love that direct market cover.
It's so good.
And you will be waiting for the epic line the epic line will come in about 20 years, Curtis. Then you can finally read The Adventures of Spider-Gwen.
Well, I've read a lot of this on Marvel Unlimited, actually.
Yeah, I was just busting your chops, man. X-Men Age of Apocalypse. And as a matter of fact, Curtis, why don't you talk about this one while I go get my book? Because I'm almost 100% sure it collects X-Men Prime.
Okay, you do that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the new printing for the Age of Apocalypse Omnibus, and we were just discussing earlier, if you missed it, that the direct market cover is the Brian Hitch cover for X-Men Prime, but X-Men Prime is not listed in the comments or in the contents here. So Omar is convinced. He thinks that X-Men Prime was in the old edition, so he's going to run to find that out and let us know.
Dude, Curtis, when it comes to X-Men, let me tell you something. I'm always right, okay?
Okay.
I don't even have to check. Oh, God, I hope I'm right. Please don't fail me, brain.
I was just saying that it's odd to have an Age of Apocalypse cover where the characters are not dressed in their Age of Apocalypse outfits. I mean, it's a great cover, but it's just odd for Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah. All right. So what am I doing? I should just look in the back. It tells you what it collects. Yeah. X-Men Prime. It's
okay.
Yeah.
So either they are changing the contents or this is just a mistake in the solicit.
How about I ask David to make sure?
Oh, yeah, he's here.
So the original content is Chronicles 1 and 2, and you can double check while I read the original contents. Tales from Age of Apocalypse 1 and 2, X-Men -1, 53 and 54, the Blink miniseries, 4 issues of that, X Universe 1 and 2, Exiles 60 through 61, that's the World Tour issues, Age of Apocalypse 1 through 6, the second miniseries.
Yeah.
What If one shot 89 or 81 and 77.
Yeah.
What If X-Men Age of Apocalypse plus material from Hulk Broken Worlds, X-Men Prime, X-Men Annual 96, X-Men Endangered Species, Exiles, Days of Then Now.
Okay.
So it's material.
Yeah, so the material, it's also missing a bunch of other stuff there.
They're probably not including the material.
Okay.
On the actual solicitation, that's probably what that is.
Right. The solicitation's getting too long.
Yeah. So
there
you go.
Yep. There you go.
There you have it, everybody. I really hate that they are separating the companion and main trade for Last Remains. Oh, you wanted a big thick trade?
That'll come.
Yeah. So the page count is 992 pages for the new one. That was a lot of research I had to do for this, man. I had to get up and get my book. But I was like, I know it's in there. And then I'm like, wait, what if it's in the Road to Onslaught trade paperbacks? Is that what I'm thinking of? Okay, and then we're getting the Age of Apocalypse Omnibus, the Billy Tan cover, and the amazing Joe Mad cover. And
those are both good options for covers.
Yeah, but no, that's the right answer.
Right.
Good gosh, I love that cover, man. And then Heroes Reborn.
You know what it's missing? I was always puzzled. Hold on, I got something to show you.
What obscure thing are you going to find?
Marvel Riot. How come this is not in any X-Men Age of Apocalypse Omnibus? Like, it's never.
I think Marvel wants to forget about that.
This is such an awesome comic. I love it so much.
I think it's nostalgia, Curtis. I remember that book. I think I
Oh
gave it
no,
away.
it's so good. It's amazing, and it's never in any
I
of those
remember that.
collections.
I think we're good, Curtis. Don't you add another $25 to include that book. Heroes Reborn is getting a reprint. This is one of the biggest Marvel Omnis, 1,360 pages. There's the Daredevil Masterworks number 15, and also Uncanny X-Men number 13 Masterworks. Captain America by Ta-Nehisi Coates, OHC, Volume 2, and Doctor Strange, The Oath, Marvel Select. Power Pack, Volume 2, Omnibus, coming with 2 covers. And the big one. Oh, man. Wolverine Omnibus Volume 2. You have the 2 direct market covers, Barry Windsor Smith and John Byrne. And then
Ta-da!
the right cover to get, or the one I want to get. It's the standard edition cover by Jim Lee. Look at that manliness just popping out of that page. Somebody was asking about the prices. Was it the prices, or what's the page count? Should be the same. I can double check. Just give me a little bit. Omar, could you go back to that Power Pack Volume 2? Absolutely. Did you want me to go back to the picture or the solicitation? Let me know. But I mean, this finishes out Power Pack. That's a big deal for all of us folks that love Power Pack.
Yeah.
Where's the Spider-Gwen Epic and the Alpha Omni? They're never going to let that go. I guess the spine of Heroes Reborn direct market will be different from the standard edition. Yeah, probably. How do you guys feel about the second half of Power Pack? I have a lot. Nostalgia goes a long way, right? And I really enjoyed it.
It does take a different turn because Louis Simonson stops writing and John Bogdanov takes over.
And I don't remember, did they ever wrap up the second story? I can't remember. The final storyline, or did they just end?
Oh man, I don't remember.
Like I said, it's been a lifetime since I last read it, so I can't wait to have it. There was another question. Dang it, where was it? It was a really good question. No news on Spider-Man. Do we know the spine on JMS restock? All the ones I've seen pictures of are curved spine, so no flat spines. The ones that I've seen. Of course, my luck, my buddy here will end up with a flat spine, and then he's going to be like, but Omar told me they were all... Oh, the pricing on X-Men Age of Apocalypse, the pricing is 100 and... Just a second. $125, I believe. Yeah, $125 is the price for the companion and the Age of Apocalypse, which is cheaper than online right now. Well, maybe not after this episode goes live. Usually people like to... Old Man Logan Omni can have a flat spine if they like. It's fine. All right. Oh, congratulations, Bavarian Rev. That's awesome. 2021 will be the year I finally buy a house so my collection can have its own room.
You gotta highlight it. Highlight it.
I did.
Oh, I don't see it.
The comment?
It says Old Man Logan. Oh, there we go. There it is.
Are you on YouTube, Curtis? You're not watching it on StreamYard.
No, I'm watching on StreamYard.
Okay, I believe you. So that's it. Let's unless there's anything else you all want me to go through, please let me know. Is the X-Men Masterworks replacing the Ghost trade paperback? If you're a Masterworks collector, absolutely. But this Masterworks also collects Longshot. Ghost does not collect Longshot, so keep that in mind. Are all these epic these questions. Sorry, I'm trying to... Omar, are you doing an Excalibur Omni review soon? As soon as I get it. I've been asked, of all the Omnis that are coming up, I've been asked about this one and New Mutants the most. And I swear, I promise, as soon as I get it, I will. Okay, here's the question. Are all these epic reprints a one-time thing, or is this going to be a trend?
That's a great question. David could probably answer, but I would love it if they kept a regular schedule. Like, we haven't seen anything like that so far. They're pumping out something like 10 reprints in 4 months.
Right. That's a lot.
Just wild. That's wild.
One day we will see Generation X on this, and I can't wait for you all to flip out with me.
Yep.
One day.
I'll be
Do we
there.
know if Captain America, if they're doing any more Captain America besides Volume 1? I would hope so, because a lot of those Death of and Return, I think those are the two that go for a lot of money.
Oh, those should be evergreen. There's such popular and well-loved stories.
Yeah. Surya. Omar, would the Wolverine Omnibus Volume 2 include Barry Windsor Smith's Weapon X run? No. Weapon X is what kicks off Omnibus Volume 1. This Marvel Comics Presents in here, Weapon X is like issue 72 of Marvel Comics Presents. This goes from 38 of Marvel Comics Presents all the way to 71. So,
we get that cover, though.
What's that?
We get the cover, the
Barry Windsor Smith. Mm-hmm. That is interesting, probably because it represents the Marvel Comics Presents line. Let's see. Omar, do you know if we'll have new epics in the next solicit as opposed to just reprints? We should. That's my answer. We should.
We are just about at the end of the stuff that we've revealed already. So we should be getting some new material to announce soon.
Soonish. Yeah. Hey, Omar and Curtis, so. I'm at work. I'll check out the replay. Thanks, man. Thanks for even just jumping in and saying hi.
Yeah.
2020 looks pretty disappointing for epics, in my opinion. I'm sorry, N-Man 40. I wish
2021 is not over yet.
Yeah. We're only looking at just the solicits for February, right? Like we still got a little bit to go, especially the epic line. Like with Omnis, they're months ahead of time. With epics, I think they're just a couple ahead of the month it's solicited for. So as soon as I get them, I'll clear it with David, and we can start announcing some new epic collections if that's what you all want to see. Because I really enjoy that. I really enjoy doing the epic collection, even when it's just a list of like. My favorite one that we got to do together was when he gave me a list of just some of them were just titles and some of them were just volumes. Remember that? That was so fun to put together.
Yeah, absolutely. I love doing that.
Where's that poll? Did I miss it? You didn't miss it. I'm sharing it right now because I completely forgot. And thank you for reminding me. So the question is, out of all those books that you saw today about all those Omnis, here it is. This is where you go to the poll. You just click there and I'll share the results later. So it's in the chat right now. Right there. Just go there and answer the question. You get to choose just one. What are you most excited for? You might have to say you are not a robot. Maybe. It's live too, so I get to see like what people vote for. It's kind of awesome. Curtis, can you name some of the Epic Collection's unreleased volumes that you want to be released? Excellent question.
Oh man, I really want them to continue with DeFalco's Fantastic Four.
Yes,
because they
Thor
started that when they closed out the Simonson run, and they haven't done any since. Thor would be nice too, for sure. But
dang it. Sorry. There's always a loophole with the dang poll. It was supposed to be just one. I select whatever you want. I don't care. Let me know what you're excited for. Sorry, Curtis. I did not mean to cut you off, but were you finished with your question? Okay. What else do you want to see?
I'll just say Generation X and Alpha, but then that's it.
Ant-Man Volume 2, you let your people down.
Oh man, yeah, Ant-Man Volume 2. What is up with that one? Come on, Ant-Man, Giant Man.
Omar, do you know if Pad Hulk Omnis will be 4 or 5? David said 5. So good, because I want everything, including the stuff he's currently on. He should never stop writing Hulk. Any more news on Star Wars Omnis beyond Dr. Aphra? Man, I don't have anything yet, but maybe they're waiting for sales of that to see how well it does. Are the Surfer restocks coming soon? Yes. Shoot, is that 11/20? No, 11/18 is the date that I have. So November 18th. 5 Hulk Omnis by Peter David. It's gonna be awesome on your shelf, man.
That's incredible.
Let's keep Wolverine going with an old man Logan omnibus. There's so much Wolverine I want collected in omnibus format. I mean, literally the next run is Larry Hama and Mark Silvestri, which is got my favorite issue of Wolverine, and ever, and that's issue 34. I love that issue, and that entire run is so amazing. Like just getting him out of Madripoor, going with the Yakuza, going back to the Weapon X project. I told my my dream is for, and this is gonna come back and like slap me in the face, I'm sure. But my dream is for them to start doing gimmick covers just for Wolverine Volume 3, so that we can have the die cut cover from Wolverine 50 as one of the direct market covers. Oh man, can you imagine that?
That would be awesome.
People would go nuts over that. he goes nuts. Like I would lose it. Omar, any news on a Daredevil by Soul Omnibus? Nothing yet. Once I get the full catalog, what I like to do on the channel is share my most wanted omnis that I won from Marvel, my most wanted X-Men omnis. So I do the same thing with DC too, but it's a lot of fun to put together. I go crazy and I map it out. So Peter David Hulk Omnibus Volume 1 reprint when? I don't know yet, but I promise it's going to be in the works. 400 watching and 200 likes. Like people, hit that like. Thank you so much, Mahaley. I really appreciate that. I suck at asking people to do these things. Omar, are we getting a GSA reprint? I can't even get DC to email me like anything back. Like randomly I get something. That's it. Where's the Thing Omnibus? I didn't want Man Thing. So close, man. So close. Omar, could we hope for an Uncanny X-Men Volume 1 reprint? Couldn't get my copy. Yes, the restock is coming back in December. The restock of Uncanny Volume 1 is coming back in December, so you will get your copy.
Wow. That's good.
400 watching and only 125 in the poll. Wait a minute, guys. You all got to vote. Here, let me go look in the poll and see what's the poll saying here. I'll share the screen so you all can see it. There you go. So the poll is looking like Wolverine Omnibus Volume 4. Nice. 40%.
Volume 2.
Shut up, Curtis. Don't correct me. But you're right. Yes. 40%.
I don't know that people want Volume 4.
Yeah, we all want Volume 4. I don't care if it's the no-nose Wolverine. I'll still buy it. So this is the poll right here. You guys go and vote. Put the link in the description, and I'll put it again just in case people are jumping in and out. It's this one right here. Roger Stern's Avengers Omnibus. Is David a fan? His favorite book is Fantastic Four. But
that doesn't mean he's not a fan,
right?
Of Roger Stern's Avengers.
But I'm pretty sure, Stern's Avengers. I can't imagine not many people liking it. We need Extreme X-Men, right? We do, with Slipstream and Lifeguard. I don't care. I love that run. It's freaking Chris Claremont's, baby. I love it. Hi, Omar. Hi, Curtis. Omar, do you think we'll ever get the gaps filled with the ASM Omnis? Once a long time ago when I was a foolish kid and I started getting my Omnis like back in when they first came out, I for some reason thought that we were going to get a Spider-Man Omnibus every year. And I remember looking at my Omnibus and I'm like, man, in 10 more years' time, that's a long time from now, I'll finally have Spider-Man all the way to issue 300. That's going to be awesome. Oh, how foolish that child was. And now that, I guess I kind of do, right? I have Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then Spider-Man by David Michelinie and Todd McFarlane. So, sure. In a way, I guess.
That's what the epics are for. Oh, there you go. Exactly.
Rob Swallow beat you to it.
We're on the same page.
Will an Avengers Volume 5 Omnibus include the Celestial Quest? What a good question. I was thinking about reaching out to David about including the Hobgoblin Libs in the Roger Stern reprint. I don't know if it's already a done deal or something. 30-year-old child. That's right. Always, man. Because Surfer reprint is corrected, will it have a new ISBN? So I think it's the case like Justice League International. You're not gonna know which one. I don't think it has a new ISBN. So
Usually, corrections don't warrant a new ISBN.
and I don't know how. Like you're gonna be able to tell. But that's why I mentioned like JLI because that was the same case when JLI came back out with the corrected material. They didn't give it a new ISBN, so people didn't know what they were getting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Omar, are we getting a JMS Macy Spider-Man reprint? Please make it happen. Working on it, I promise. Happy birthday, Omar. Do you know Marvel Classics Comics Omnibus out of print or out of stock? This is the first I've heard of it. Is it at
If it's out of stock, I can't imagine that they're going to reprint that. It's such a very, very specific market.
It is, and I can only check one place right now, and I can find out. I know there weren't a lot of copies left, but that's at the distribution center and for the direct market. Let me see. You hoping for Epic's collections of that?
Oh yeah.
Guess is there a series that you wouldn't get? It looks like it's still in stock.
I have a lot of the actual single issues of that
Mm,
series. But
Very
yeah, I mean, a paperback collection would be nice.
very cool, man. It looks like it's still in stock, but a low print run. Sorry, that's all the info I can look at now. Hick Vengers. Is this what you want? You want a Hick Vengers reprint? Sure. I love a Mutant Massacre reprint. So every year I like to do a poll or let you all join in on the poll and you all decide, the things that you want reprinted. Last year we got 6 out of the 10 books reprinted. This year so far we've gotten 4 out of the 10. So we're on a pretty good roll. We'll find out next what's going to be reprinted. They can't reprint everything at once, right? War of the Realms coming back to IST or CGN. That's something I'm also working on. We're working on the numbers and hopefully we can make that happen. That and there was another one. Infinity Gauntlet. Infinity Gauntlet is gone. The reprint.
Wow.
Wolverine and the X-Men Omnibus. That was voted number 6 on our poll this past year. So hopefully it will be. Hopefully it will be. Fall the Mutants Omni. You know you want it, Omar. I do. You're right. It'd be nice. And honestly, they don't have to change anything from the OHC. They can just print me a new cover, make it a direct market cover, and put an omnibus on it. That's it. Mutant Massacre. I love all these new people, man. Because to me, like I guess it's like it's almost like anime with my kids. I feel like these shows just came out last year. My daughter's like, no, that was 10 years ago, Dad. Like, what? No, that came out like Mutant Massacre. I'm like, well, didn't that come out like last? No, that's been about 2 or 3 years. It's been out of print for over a year now. So yeah. Silver Surfer Dan Slott Omnibus reprint, please. Oh man, that's such a good story too. I think that was one of the ones that's one of the first times that I remember thinking, oh, the Omnibus game is different. It's not what it used to be. It used to be I can wait, and buy books whenever I wanted, but that book was gone in less than 2 months.
Wow.
And then it came back with a short little restock, and then it was gone again. Goodness. It took me 45 minutes to order Infinity Gauntlet and Peter David Hulk Omnibus Volume 2 the other day, but they are on the way. Good, congratulations. And that's a good time to mention our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com. Their books go on sale on Monday evening. If you want to check them out, anywhere from 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific time is when they put their new omnis and trade paperbacks and just graphic novels on their website if you want to check them out. With books up to 40 to 50% off. They're going to have a big Black Friday sale coming up, so check out their channel. Tell them Near Mint Condition sent you their way, and they'll give you a free shipping code for your next order if you're in the U.S. Vincent, my buddy, New Warriors Volume 2. All of us, man, there's dozens of us that want that. And it looks like the winner is Wolverine Volume 2, followed by Spider-Gwen, though. So there you go, everybody. Thank you all so much for voting. That was fun to put together. I was curious as to what everybody's excited about.
I'm not surprised.
Do you
I'm
have
not
a
surprised.
Do you have a price for the Omnis announced? Yeah, that was in the catalog, right? Didn't I?
Yeah.
I think most of them are 125. Is there something specific you want me to check? I can check it for you, but I think most of them are 125. I know Spider-Gwen's 125. Both of the Age of Apocalypse are 125. Heroes Reborn is 125. Let me double check the Power Pack. Power Pack is 125, and Wolverine is 125. So yeah, all of them are 125. Hey Omar, is there any manga you're coming this month you're most excited for? Yeah, the Mermaid Saga by Rumiko Takahashi.
Oh,
Volume 1.
really?
Volume 1 comes out this month. Not to be missed. One of the best freaking like horror manga, and it's the same lady that did Inuyasha, Maison Ikoku, Ranma. She's got a range. She's amazing. Speaking of Peter David love, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man should get an Omni treatment the same size as Superior Foes. It's so good. My wife loves that book. Thank you so much for the super chat here, Blink. Thank you for the awesome stream, Omar and Curtis.
You are welcome.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
All right, not a Marvel question, but I can tackle this one quickly. Looks like Usagi Yojimbo hardcover volume 1 is getting reprinted. That's the limited edition saga, right? Here's something to keep in mind. They're only printing 600. And do you know why? Because freaking Dark Horse did a limited edition of the saga, Usagi Yojimbo saga, only printed 900 copies of the first volume, and then the rest of the volumes were 1,500. So people that were sitting with a volume 2 and 3 that were trying to get a volume 1, how's that going to happen when you have 600 less?
Right.
So your answer is yes, they are. They're not going to reprint the rest, is what they stated. And they're only going to print 600.
How is the licensing working for this? Because I thought Usagi went over to IDW.
IDW has the color material, which is really weird, right? Like copyright's so strange to me.
So they can still print. So both companies are printing the same stuff. Just one is black and white, and one is color.
One owns the right. I mean, Stan wins either way, right? They're
Yeah,
like,
no kidding.
whatever. Y'all wanted to print some books? Yeah, let's print some books.
Wow.
Will there ever be a Star Wars Epic Collection, Old Republic Volume 1 reprint? That is the most asked about, I swear.
Yeah, there have been no Star Wars Epic reprints yet, and we don't have an answer for that.
No. I promise if I find out, I will let everybody know. Speaking of Peter David, we need some one of my most wanted X-Men books right there. The X Factor investigation run. Absolutely. Do you guys think we'll get epics of Jim Lee X-Men? We did, didn't we? Didn't we already get oh, you mean the adjective list? I thought that was included in the epic though.
The volume 19 has the first couple of issues of that adjective list series, but that's it. And we don't know if they'll go beyond that or not. We have no idea right now. McFarlane Spider-Man, I'm not sure because we're getting that other complete collection that we saw in the solicits today. So I don't know what their plans are. I mean, it's McFarlane, so however they print it, it'll sell. So should be fine.
Thank you for the super chat, Oversize. This man has been screaming this for so long. Punisher by Greg Rucka Omnibus. How about this, man? Punisher by Greg Rucka Omnibus and Wolverine by Greg Rucka Omnibus, including the Elektra Wolverine with artwork by Yoshitaka Amano.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're talking, right? Then we're talking because you have artwork by Derek Robertson on the series, and then you have that limited series. But that's a good suggestion right there. What is the Venom book in the thumbnail? Is that Donny Cates' Venom Omnibus? Nope. It's Donny Cates' Venom Volume 5. It's just the trade paperback. This is something that's been brought to my attention a lot lately, and that is the Savage Sword of Conan Omnibus is out of print right now. Is there a chance of a reprint? I'd say if there's a reprint, it'll be like a stealth reprint. And it won't, like, they didn't make a big deal of the first volume reprint.
Those books are selling so well, though, so I think we could probably expect it
Yeah, I think so
at
too.
some point.
But I will let you all know as soon as I know something. On a manga note, when is Hellsing hardcover volume 2 coming? I think, isn't that solicited for December? I think it's somewhere at the end of this year. Venom hardcovers 2 and 3. Did I announce 3? I announced 3, didn't I? Or no, was that 2? I announced 2. And 2 will be, I think, in March. And let's see, will there ever be a Captain Marvel omnibus? Jim Starlin, what a good question, because I love that run.
It'd be pretty thin, because he wasn't actually on that book for a long time.
Well, I mean, if you just collect the Captain Marvel stuff, the early stuff, without Jim Starlin.
Yeah, specifically Jim's run was only
Right.
like 12 issues or
It's that
plus
first
the death.
masterwork, right?
Right. Yeah.
Is Spider-Gwen worth getting? Not familiar with the run. I really had a lot of fun with that character. For as ridiculous as a character named Spider-Gwen is, I thought it was a lot of fun to read.
Well, and that's only the title of the book. She never goes by that in the actual comic. And fun, I think, is the right word for it. It's just, it is a lot of fun.
Isn't that just the Infinity Wars omnibus? Does it collect his entire stuff though? I don't think it collects all his Captain Marvel stuff. I think it just collects the Thanos stuff, doesn't it? I've got it, and I don't remember it being complete.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. I don't know.
Hey, Omar, wondering if Annihilation reprint will only be available at CGN or TOW or IST. That's when the direct market hits 11/18. Whether it's going to be at those places, I'm sure if they've ordered it. Yeah, I'm sure if they put reorders in, they should be getting them. I've heard a lot of suggestion about this. My wife really enjoys the Captain Marvel by Kelly Thompson. I've only read the first volume, but I like her writing a lot. Hey, Omar, wondering if Annihilation. Oh, I did that. Oh my goodness, it's been that type of day. Any chance of a Hickman omnibus reprints? Yes, yes. There's always. Are you Fantastic Four or Avengers or Secret Warriors? All the above. All the above. Always a chance, but I bet they start with Fantastic Four because that one's been out of print a little bit longer.
Maybe once they're through with the complete collections that they're doing.
Probably. Hey, Omar and Curtis, what's up, Kenny? Any chance aside from the JMS Spider-Man stuff that we'll get other Spider-Man titles from the early aughts in omnibus format? You want to see like the post one
like
more
Big
day
Time
stuff?
and stuff.
Brand new day, big time. That'd be fun.
So Spider-Man. So
thank you, Vincent. Vincent saying Infinity Origins Omnibus has Iron Man 55, Captain Marvel 25 through 34, Death, and the Warlock stuff. So
okay, yeah, I think that's the entire Jim Starlin run on Captain Marvel.
I was thinking that he wanted the entire Captain Marvel classic stuff, which would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be great. I think that stuff definitely needs to come out.
Promise one. I remember somebody and I were debating on who drew that picture. Was it Amanda and I or my wife and I? And I was like, that's Arthur Adams. And they were like, no, it's not. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it is. Wolverine and the X-Men Omnibus.
Oh, for sure.
That was voted in our top 10. So hopefully it will be. Omar, will we ever get oh gosh, I know, right? That's it. I'm going to write a bunch of questions. David's going to kill me next week. I'm writing a bunch of questions. He's going to be like, leave me alone, man. I'm trying to do end of the year stuff.
I'm hoping that we do. That's the that complete collection volume 4 just came out.
That wraps up that run.
Yeah, so volume 5 could easily pick it up right where they left off with the next run.
It'll be a volume 1.
Yeah, you think so?
It'll be a volume 1 of new. They'll call it something else, right? They'll call it something else. I want to see that classic stuff put together in an omnibus format. Superior Spider-Man omnibus needs an omnibus. Big Time needs an omnibus. I love all these suggestions. I can't wait to do my top 10 because I love when people start chiming in. They're like, "Oh, what about this?" So it's a lot of fun to do that. It's like a dream. Things I think about all the time. We do need a What If omnibus. I bet with that TV show coming. You know?
Yeah, probably.
But who knows? Everything's been so freaking delayed. Spider-Girl Omnibus, man, that's a title that gets so overlooked. That's the Tom DeFalco and Ron Friends run. Nobody
Yep.
ever talks about that run. It's so good, so good. The Mayday, I would love a Mayday Parker. Look, yes, exactly. Jesse gets it. Mayday Parker Omnibus. DD by Nascenti, right? Is that how you pronounce her last name? Have you ever interviewed her?
I haven't. I've tried, but she is cutting back on the amount of interviews that she's doing. Nascenti, I think. Yeah.
Nascenti. Speaking of interviews, Curtis, where can people find you when you're not chilling with me doing this?
I have a podcast, epicmarvelpodcast.com, and I'm all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and YouTube. I should say that for all you YouTubers. And you can also search for Epic Collections on Facebook and join my group there, where we just talk about Epic Collections all day, every day.
They do, and it's a nice group. He keeps a tidy ship on that in that group. Would love more Star Wars Omnibus. I can see that. A lot of people do. A lot of people ask me, like, where's the Volume 2? Where's Darth Vader Volume 2? Right now, really, I don't. It could come, but I don't know. Has anyone asked for Old Man Logan yet? Only about 50 times. And do you just stop at the Lemire run? Because you want the, what's his name? Ed Brisson run, right? That leads into Old Dead Man Logan. See? We're getting all new Wolverine, so it's a start. I don't believe the Thor, Surfer, Blood, and Thunder crossover, Cosmic Powers, Infinity Abyss, or Universe are. Yeah, because the third Infinity is, what is it? The Infinity Abyss, the Marvel The End, and then the Thanos Redemption. That could easily be an OHC.
Right.
Blood and Thunder. God, I love that. Like, the artwork in that is so awesome. I know a lot of people hate that art because it's what's his face? The guy that's kind of like Mignola and Frazetta if they had a love child.
Yeah. Oh man, Rick
Gisenberg.
Grindberg.
That's it.
Tom Grindberg. That's what it is.
Guy's an awesome artist, and I know people are like, "You're crazy, Omar." I love his art.
It is quite abstract.
Cloak and Dagger Omnibus, anybody? Just me? No, not just you. Lots of people want that. Yes to this, though. A Bill Mantlo Hulk Omnibus. 100%. And it would be tough to... It would be tough to leave out the ROM issue, right? I would not... I think ROM...
There's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, I know. This is another one of my most wanted, the Mark Grunwald run on Captain America, of course. Can we just get a Ron Lim Silver Surfer Omnibus? 90s, that is. Yeah. What about you, Curtis? You're not much of an Omnibus guy. I know you're an Epic guy, but is there an Omnibus that you're like, okay, I have to get that because it's all in one. It's perfect. It's my favorite run. It's a Generation X. Is Generation X the one that's going to make you break your...
That is probably... I was going to say that. That would probably be the one. There's not much else out there that it would be that desirable, I think. Other than Elf.
Okay. You do you, man.
I'm not opposed to large hardcover books. I have my own books, for better or for worse, are 500-page hardcovers that are huge and massive, and I love them. I think they're great. So I just want to put that out there.
Okay. If enough people pre-order Usagi, would increase the print size to something more reasonable than 600? I really don't know how Dark Horse runs that, like how they're doing that. All I know is that they say that this is limited to 600 and that's it. And it's pretty much so the people that would stop complaining about the volume 1 they can't find. Hey Omar, missed most of the stream currently, watching now. What was mentioned about Old Man Logan? What collection? Okay, nothing was mentioned about Old Man Logan. They just keep asking about Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan was mentioned many times.
Yes, but there's no collections with him in it. I promise that. He's not even in the Age of Apocalypse. There was no Old Man Logan in Age of Apocalypse, but both those companions are out. So sorry. It's just people having fun. Greg Pack, Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hercules Omnibus would be cool too. Cap by Remender. Nobody asked for that one. It's a pretty interesting run too. It's a lot different than the rest of the Cap run that followed and was before it, of course. Is Spider-Man Epic Collection Volume 6 coming out?
My guess is that we'll definitely see that in 2021 because it's the next in chronological line. And they release one of those chronological ones from the beginning every year, and so this one's next. So I think it's a very safe bet. Scroll back up to in the comments just a couple minutes ago. Yeah, there we go. I'd love to see that one.
Which one?
There's
somebody was saying May was the release date for the Fantastic Four complete collection. Give me a timestamp and I'll look at it.
Jesse at 12:19. He says, do you think the DeFalco Friends Thor run will be finished in Epics? They only need one more after Thor War. It will definitely be finished. Yeah, they'll definitely finish it off. I will guess that there'll be one. I don't know that we're going to see it completed in 2021 because the Thor War volume technically, I think, comes out. Actually, no, that one comes out in December. So yeah, maybe we'll see another volume of it in 2021, but probably not till closer to the end of the year.
So there you have it. That's Curtis's answer. He's held accountable, not near mint condition.
They're running out of options to do Thor volumes because it feels like they're saving the Simonson stuff for last. So there's that chunk that's missing, and then there's the stuff that they're moving through the 70s now chronologically. So that stuff has its place already. The only remaining stuff is kind of the
Let me ask you a question. Since you brought up the Simonson run, in epic format, do you think we're going to see the original colors of Thor by Simonson, or in the epic format, do you think we'll see the recolors from the Omnibus?
It'll be original colors, 100%. That same question was asked when Craven's Last Hunt came out. Will we see the recolors or the original
of the deluxe
colors?
Edition? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the epics did the original colors. So I'm 100% sure that it'll be original as well.
Hear me out, Curtis.
Same with the Miller stuff.
What if the standard edition ones are the new colors and the direct markets are the original colors?
for epics?
For epics, yes.
Well, I don't know.
I'm just kidding, man. Will we ever see the Simonson Thor in epic? That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah, absolutely we will, but I think they're prioritizing the other stuff first.
Well, it's been released in so many formats, complete collections, Visionaries. What was the other line that they had? They had a big fat line before the trade paperback. No, actually, after the Omnibus, they came out with 3 more complete collections.
Right.
Another example is the original colors for X-Men 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of dug. Are you talking about the Genesis?
Second
2.
Genesis.
2.0?
No, not Mutant Genesis stuff.
Yeah, the 2.0 hardcover that they released with new covers, like the modern covers. Oh, I kind of dig it. I know that a lot of people are like, no, the original colored by Joe Rosas. I'm okay seeing modern colors on some artwork. I think it kind of works well.
Yep, as long as the other stuff is available as well. I'm always a fan. That's what I was doing with the For Better For Worse books that I showed you. They the files that the publisher, the files that Lynn Johnson's company gave us were all recolored with modern colors and such. And when I pitched the idea of the book series, I said I want to restore it back to the original colors so that everybody can experience it the way that people experienced it originally. So
gotcha.
I did a lot of work on those Sunday pages, bringing the color back to the original stuff.
That's a lot of work you put into those, Curtis.
Oh man, yeah, it's a lot of work.
But you've enjoyed doing that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is.
You get your name on something.
Yep.
It's really cool, dude. Let's see. We'll take a couple more questions and then call it a day. House of M and Civil War Omnibus. My buddy, here we go. Oversized is asking for the Fear Itself Omnibus. That series didn't get a lot of love. Powers Omnibus. probably not going to happen. Just because Bendis took that property with him wherever. I think DC is now printing those Powers hardcover books, if I'm not mistaken. X-Men by Joe Mad, X-Men by Andy Kubert. I like the way my boy here thinks. I like that. The original Secret Wars in OHC. You don't want to buy $100 Secret Wars Omnibus if they reprinted? I'm pretty sure they'll probably reprint the Omnibus. I don't think they'll go back and do an oversized hardcover of it. All right, so here's a thing that I was thinking about, because I brought this up the other day about X-Men. Because a lot of people were asking me about that missing epic that's not collected in the Omnibus format, right? The stories that where Beast changes into the blue hairy Beast. What is that epic collection called, Curtis?
It's called Darkest Before. It's always Darkest Before the Dawn.
That's it. Always
Volume 4.
So people are like, is that enough to make an OHC? And I'm like, you know what would be really interesting is if they do X-Men The Hidden Years, add that stuff. That could be kind of like an X-Men Omnibus Volume 2.5. If they wanted to go that route. But then that almost like the silly little gimmick as like 50-point LR.
Yeah.
And then I want to get called out by Curtis.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the only. I bet it's the only chance you'd get to get that material reprinted oversized
In oversized
hardcover, because
format,
you're not going to have like let's do a Beast oversized hardcover with just those 11 half issues, because they're only half size, I think.
Unless the MCU Beast just blows up and everybody goes balls crazy for him. They're like, oh my gosh, have you seen Beast in the new X-Men movie by Kevin Feige? Oh, it's great. But it is part of the box set for those people that are asking, and it is that one epic collection.
But box set's not oversized, right? Is it
standard size hardcover.
Yeah.
Was there ever a Chuck Austin run collected edition? Yeah, twice. Trade paperbacks, the thin trade paperbacks, and then
the thick ones, yeah.
3 hardcovers, Chuck Austin. They're not called Chuck Austin, though. They're called X-Men. What are they called? Reload. They're called X-Men Reload. Nope. They're called, okay, that's what it is. X-Men Unstoppable, X-Men Trial of the Juggernaut, and X-Men Reloaded. Nowhere do you see Chuck Austin's name on those trades. But they're there. That's what those are. Dude, Aliens Labyrinth is so freaking good. Yes, you're right. It's one of my favorites too. What was the question from Ilias? I still remember a special edition of the first X-Men movie in DVD. It was called X-Men 1.5.
That's right. I have that.
That's right. See? It doesn't take much, man. You put X-Men on it, it will sell. The X-Men Omnibus 2.5. Oh my goodness, man. The guys at the Marvel Masterworks would slaughter me. They would be like, what the hell is wrong with these people making an X-Men 2.5? Chuck Austin supposedly not very good. Boy, that's understatement, but
I wonder where they heard that.
Hey, I would still buy a Chuck Austin Omnibus, man. I don't care. That's just me though. There is an OHC to the Siege. That's right. Like there is an oversized hardcover that collects issues of New Avengers and Avengers. Are there more printings of Uncanny X? Is Uncanny X-Force out of print too?
That one just can't stay in print.
Dang, that's crazy. Siege doesn't have all the tie-ins. No, it just has the Avengers, the New Avengers stuff, and then the Siege miniseries. Is the Namor Epic Collection coming out? Yeah. When did we announce that for? Do you remember? Was that
it's
March or
it's coming in March? I think we did it in the last round of solicits last month. We saw it, but I think it's scheduled for March. Yeah.
Chuck Austin's adult comics better than his superheroes. I know he did a manga, like a baseball manga with girls. That's all I remember. Like, and honestly, his War Machine story that was black and white wasn't terrible. Please
Oh, I
tell
didn't realize
me,
that was him. Wow.
please tell me X-Men Volume 1 Omnibus is getting a reprint. Not yet, Peter. I'm sorry, buddy. We want Wolverine versus Uncle Scrooge. Algorithm game. There's my buddy Justin. Don't forget to hit that like, ladies and gentlemen. And NMC has a Patreon. I suck at telling people this. Yes, we do have a Patreon. There's different tiers on our Patreon. That information is in the description. Was Wolverine Black, White, and Bloody Treasury Edition announced? No. No, is that a thing? Did I know that? Or just asking a question, Aldo?
I don't know.
Austin drew a Phantom Lady arc in Action Comics Weekly too.
He drew it?
Did you know he was also Chuck
Wow.
Austin strips? You know a lot more about Chuck Austin than I wanted to know. X-Men Legacy Legion Omnibus coming out again? Is that out of print? Man, I need to check my list of out of print books because they keep going in and out. It's insane. Arrived too late, watching about 15 minutes behind. It's okay, man. Chuck Austin drew Miracle Man? So Chuck Austin, he's in those Marvel premiere? The same Chuck Austin. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
I'm
either.
just familiar with his writing. Dang. Who wants to write to ElfQuest? I think that's Dark Horse right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they've been printing those really fat ones. And I think they're publishing a new story, a new ElfQuest story right now too.
I worked at a comic shop. I did too. But Chuck Austin never came in telling me he just got done stripping. Your comic book store sounds a lot cooler than my comic book store where I worked. So that's
They
cool.
have that
man.
one room in the back, has a pool in it.
That's cool. I got here early. I'm watching 5 minutes ahead. Is it true? Oh, now we're gonna start the Chuck Austin rumors. Is it true Chuck Austin is taking over again after Hickman? Chuck Austin run on Avengers. Oh man, his run on JLA. Those all hurt. I think the one that hurt the most, of course, is X-Men, just because.
It was so different, yeah.
Did any Meta Baron questions get answered? I'm sorry, I'm hooked on the Jodoverse. I don't know if there were any questions. I'm gonna do an overview of the second cycle sometime next week, though. Daniel Wayne, Wolverine Omnibus, anyone? God, I hate I'm so weak. I'd buy it. I don't even like that run, like, at all. But I'd buy it. And there it is. AlfQuest. Thank you, John Carlos. AlfQuest.
Yep.
Chuck Austin is back in comics finally. Edgeworld. I feel like Vincent and Chuck Austin are really good friends too. Am I missing this thing about Chuck Austin? Originals. Oh, I like Pat O'Leaf.
Yeah, that would be good.
IDW has Terminator. Does Boom still have RoboCop? I just want Simonson Miller RoboCop versus Terminator. Right. Chuck Austin's real name is Chuck Beckham. Alpha the Realms Omni. I hear Chuck Austin. Y'all trying to cancel Chuck Austin before he comes back. That's messed up.
Oh no.
Maybe this is his thing, right? Like maybe when he comes back, he's gonna be like, he'll write the most amazing thing that nobody ever saw coming because everybody thought he was just like, the guy that wrote the Draco or She Lies with Angels. Nobody wants to read that. So when is that Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 4 coming out? Not in May or July. So
Stay tuned.
June. So maybe July, August. I don't know. But David did say that is being worked on. And he said I could tell everybody. And he might not remember Alpha Chuck Austin. Okay, that was his Superman. Dude, I can't even remember his Superman. Wasn't that bad until he got kicked off and it got ghostwritten by a fake person. Is that the one with? Oh, it's the storyline with Magog, right? Gog and Magog. Ian Churchill on artwork, I think. Yeah, that wasn't that great either, though. What's the page count for the Predator Omnibus? I didn't get that. I got everything but the page count. Let's see. He used his name Chuck Beckham when drawing Miracle Man. That's really cool. You guys know a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, GOG. Ivan Reyes art and some love triangle melodrama with Lana. That's right. Absolute Alf. What is all right?
Age of Elf Apocalypse.
Oh my gosh! I swear, if does Marvel even have the does Marvel even have the rights for Alf? No, right?
It's a licensed property, but I would say that there's probably a better chance of them being able to license Alf than Rom.
I'm serious. Like David's gonna watch the playback. He's gonna be like, "All right, guys, 2022's budget. We gotta get Alf back, and we gotta."
And one cover will be the Seal cover, and the other cover will be the Bill Sienkiewicz cover.
I was thinking the Pogs. Alf's back in Pog form. All right. You all have been great. Thank you all so much for joining us. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I do this every month, and I will be back tomorrow for the Saturday Q&A. That's at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Curtis, my buddy, where can people find you?
Sorry, I'm just looking at all these comments. House of Alf, Dawn of Alf.
You need to stop reading that.
Alflantis attacks.
Okay, that's really witty. Who wrote that?
I don't know. It's up 12:35 or something like that. It's still so great.
One day we'll get that Hitman.
Okay, yep. Just search for Epic Marvel Podcast anywhere you normally look for social media, and I'm probably there, just not on MySpace.
Okay. Thank you again, everybody. Much love to all of you, and don't forget to hit like and share the video.